So, my people, matters are rising. Today, very dark man was at the House of Representatives for further investigation concerning the allegation against EFCC Bobrisky and Correctional Center. Yes, so my people, this Nigeria and only God go save am honestly. So at the end of the day, look at what a very dark man wrote here. I'm going to show you guys everything that took place anyway. So very dark man said, I wish everyone is here to see how bad corruption has eaten deep into our system. First, the bad guy is not all about us. Now, EFCC and Correctional Center. Your father, Femi Falani, remains our father in the struggle. Much love. So he wrote again, he said, my people, we are finished. See Nigeria. They asked Oga of prison if he was suspended based on the news from the Ministry of Interiors. He said na social media suspension. And in real, he wasn't suspended. Share una dey see Nigeria. Hey, Nigeria is the more you look, the less you see. These people want just finish Nigerians, honestly. Like, where do we even start, my people? This corruption has eaten deep. I mean, deep, deep, deep. From top to bottom, my people. Where do we start from here? Where do we go from here? Like, this is really, really alarming. Let me allow you guys to watch everything that took place today in the House of Representatives.
So can we take one or two questions before we close out? Okay.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, respected colleagues, and guests here present. My name is Kafila Tobara. I represent Oshofela constituency and from Lagos State, the center of excellence. Honestly, I can't believe I'm sitting in this house because of, as an individual, I'm speaking as an individual now, because of a Bobrisky or a very dark man. Because this house has very, very important things to do. In fact, a lot of us have like 3-4 meetings holding somewhere else that we're supposed to be attending. But we are here because of our institutions that have been mentioned in the matter. And then we have somebody come here that saying that he will die. And you are finally spoken. Hello! You are finally spoken. And we are happy that you are spoken. Before now, we are supposed to have had all the necessary documents, even before we came here. I called the clerk now to ask him that what documents do we as committee members have to work with before we even came here in the first place. We don't have any documents here to work with, and we are just collecting the documents here now. This is very, very untidy. And our institutions that are here, we need them to defend themselves. There are a lot of fake news in the air, and I'm also aware that Bobrisky has sued for $1 billion, claiming that the voice note is AI generated. Whatever it is, we don't have the Bobrisky lawyer that is here. What is the reason why Bobrisky is not here? Is there any serious reason why he or she is not here? So we need to know. So please, I want to appeal that the aspects that concerns our institutions should be addressed. Let us know where we are going. We have very serious matters to attend to. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I agree not to take it as an applicable Mr. Martins, that's all. I have said to you, though you didn't die after you spoke. And I pray you will not die. Anything will not come out from your mouth again. While you were speaking, I was listening to you. I was trying to ask myself, where is that evidence that is really connecting the security agencies or this institution? Because from your narration, I discovered that it's just a mention of, oh, he said this and that said this. Though at the final stage you said that you have second phase, third phase, probably fourth phase document to submit. I really wanted to establish for us the connection that brought about this corruption that was highly mentioned, especially at the EFCC and that of the Correctional Center. That is where the bulk question is. And also, I was said here, let me tell you, if some of these things is not verified, there might be also that they have bribed us with the lawmakers. And this will not be taken lightly because for some of us that are seated here, we are here to defend our country and this honorable institution. So I really need you to throw light to tell us what is the connection, these two agencies. I really want to know what is really of evidence to that, to some of those things that have been asked. Thank you.
All right, this is the very reason why I said what this is today. I think now you understand why. This question is supposed to be for Bobrisky. He was the one that used his own mouth. He had the experience. He went to the prison. He was the one that moved. He was the one that said he took him to a special prison. It is not me. Yes. You can't ask me that. Sorry, sir. So, the evidence, no, Facebook. You can get it, I'll bring it down. The account number he used when he was in detention, because according to me, he said it.
It is our duty to investigate to the letter of these allegations. Even we will involve in the network providers. I'm sure you that we will get to the root. The issue of whether he was detained at the medium or maximum, we are also going to listen to this people here today. So let's also not rush some of these things. If you have any other person who wants to ask questions to him, so that let him take his questions, we can lead the next people to this place.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think at this point it is important to establish one thing. I feel that we need to understand ourselves outside the principles of Parliament. The essence, I moved the motion that probably my name is Dr. will move that motion for this investigation to be carried out. Now, investigative hearing is premised on the fact that there are two principal institutions created by acts of Parliament. The first is the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, and the second is the Nigerian Correctional Service. And as an institution of Parliament, we have a duty to protect the image of our country. And it is just not enough. It is not just enough for us to fold our arms and watch either the veracity of what is said or the propaganda against our institution. I think it is this kind of investigative hearing that will expose the veracity, the content or otherwise, of what is on ground. As a Parliament, we are not here because of Bobrisky or very that much. We are here because two principal institutions of the Federal Republic of Nigeria are affected, and that is the EFCC and the Correctional Service. And again, this is not to prejudice whatever investigation we are going to do. This is also to send a signal to the media community, because we are in very rough times that mere statements made against institutions such as the EFCC or Nigerian Correctional Service can bring down the country. Whatever this means, this is the point to go with. If we allow mere propaganda to thrive without having this kind of investigative hearing, then we're in trouble in our country. And so this is why we have this investigative hearing. It's not about it's not about very mass or Bobrisky. We are not interested in your private affairs. And again, like I said, not to criticize whatever investigation we are carrying out. And my little friend knows, and many other lawyers who are here know, that he who assess, the onus is on him to prove. So that is the weight of the evidence. When you assess, you must prove, because you are the one who has brought this to the fore. That's one. And then two, my little friend also knows that a prosecution in regular court cases can amend charges, can drop charges. In fact, that is why it is not allowed for even the attorney general to enter an only proceeding. So that's the law. No, we are not there yet, but I'm not, that's why I said I don't want to say to be done. But then be that as it may, be that as it may, gentlemen, this I am protected by the chairman. Be that as it may, be that as it may. You have evidence to tender. You should have the confidence of Parliament. Most of us who are here, listen, most of us who are here because we are representing the conscience, the collective conscience of Nigeria. And for most of us to spend time to sit down and participate in this we are interested in this country. Now, when you tender documents in part, we are not helping this investigation. But if you tender your documents properly and full, you will mark them accordingly, and then take the other parties or the other witnesses who will come accordingly, and you will help us in our investigation. You tender it back, your lawyer knows you are not helping this investigation, and then you have no discretion as far as tendering of documents is concerned. Counsel, please, I'm talking to you, don't confuse me. You don't have discretion whatsoever before Parliament to choose, to pick and choose what document to tender. We will foreclose you if you cannot tender all your documents and move to call the next meeting. Thank you very much.
All right. We see the reason why this tender everything happened. Then if you heard what the man said. Obviously, I've said that it is AI. You're already coming here. Now, the good part I have, prove that it's not AI. You see the point? I know why I did that. You understand? Because if she is concluding that she was sounding as if she produced this lawyer, saying, but this guy said it's AI. It's still not video. You understand? So this is why I will
Order, please. Okay, let us get the last speaker on this, so that we can go to the next
Getting to the rules of the matter and address those who have the calculated I want to go very respectfully and respect itself to beautiful or any and I want to go to the statement on addressing as a production of matters. And I want to finish about very respectful that on the side. Mr. Chairman, a lot of speakers have spoken, and that this investigation is not about very young man or Bobrisky. That's true. In as much as you cannot take them out of the principal actors. What I want us to understand is there was an allegation, and that allegation came from that phone record. So whatever we do here, if we don't listen to that record, I think we are leaving the course of the matter. So I urge us, allow the media to play that record, to listen, and then from there we take it on
excuse me, please. Very dark man, Mr. Marcus. Can you withdraw? You make two statements. One against your brother from the room, and the other one against Honorable Happiness. Can you withdraw it so that we can proceed?
And with all the statements, our elders and very sorry, I'm also very, very sorry.
The audio. I think I posted that audio on our platforms. And I posted that audio day before yesterday to allow members to listen to it, so that I don't think there is a different audio class. And he has submitted it. Hello?
The difference audio, but there's more to the audio. So I gave you what I actually brought here. I'm not sure if I brought the computer, but what I have here is what you have there. It's actually an 11 minutes, over 11 minutes audio, but I broke it down, posted it out, and then there's another one. So, but yeah, but it portrays the same thing, but at least it's the better proof. Wait here.
Okay, now we are going to sit down. Please go and sit down. Black. The last person.
In absence of Mr. President, Mr. Okune is Olariwaju Bobrisky. Mr. Okune is Olariwaju Bobrisky. Mr. Okune is Olariwaju Bobrisky.
Dear colleagues, I don't think it's in the culture of this parliament to have legal representations with issues like this. So we are not going to accept legal representation. Like I said before, when we get to every stage, we address it. This is the time now for to address the issue of the absence of Mr. Idris. Yeah. Yes, sir. Okay. Legal counsel, can you tell us why he is not here?
I want to apologize for the but I also want to state something on record. The institution of this parliament Order, please. Mr. Chairman. Order, please. No, order. Let's hear him. Go straight to the point, please. Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Okune is unavailable absence because of his ill health. But I came in from Lagos this morning to show respect to the committee. Now, the issue of
It's okay. It's okay.
no, it's not here. I think I'm here.
Please. Order, please. Order, please. Dear colleagues, we have heard from Mr. Idris' lawyer that one second. He is not feeling fine. We now open the floor for our members to react to it.
Mr. Chairman, distinguished colleagues. Let me address people like that. Hello, sir, listen to me. Giving you privilege to be here doesn't mean it's part of what we are doing. You need to control yourself. This is a serious matter. You don't stay here and contribute to what we are doing here. So you allow us here for this serious investigation we are doing. So I won't take that again from anyone. One of my people to speak.
Sit down, please. Sit down. Let us sit down.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Once again, my name is Honorable Grace Porter, and I represent the good people of East and West Federal Constituency in United States. Mr. Chairman, actually that was come to represent the Bobrisky. I just told you that he's not here because his name is correct. He said it's not doing well also. Do you have any letter from the doctor to medical report? So that should have said it. For you to have come here, and even though I have this, you should have been accompanied with a medical report to say that it's so unwell that you cannot be here. So please, when next you invite me, you know you will be well by that time. Thank you.
My Chairman, colleagues, yes, I'm the press. My name is I know that a letter was expressed last week. Because we can give us a letter from me, because everybody can come here and give us. The letter is not here. That's what I actually presenting. Because the letter is not from me.
Please, since he is not here, I will request your indulgence for us to invite him the next time. Yes. Gary, we are going to invite Mr. Idris in our next hearing. The next person back.
May I humbly invite Michael, President, and Mukwa. He is this city in charge of the medium security custody custodial center, Nigerian Correctional Service. But Michael, let's But the evidence has against the court that has been introduced from the but the evidence has against Mr. Chairman, with your kind permission, I'll give the microphone to Michael Benson, Deputy Controller of Corrections, and the officer in charge, Medium Security Custodial Facility in Lagos. I am standing here to declare that Idris Ofuneye Olarewaju was
entered into the Nigerian Correctional on the 12th of April with a valid warrant and a transfer order from Ikoyi Medium Security Custodial Facility. The warrant was endorsed to me by the Deputy Commissioner of Corrections in charge of Ikoyi facility on the same day of his conviction. So had some female features like the breast, he has a breast. Yes. This is the medical examination done by the facilities medical practitioner, a qualified doctor, Dr. Informa Opaloba. In this, the admission board has to enter into a meeting to discuss on the best practices and the best way to manage it. Then we arrive at the conclusion that we have to put him in protective custody, which we did. And he spent his time at Medium, 10 days, in our B-Ward room 2. B-Ward room 2 of the facility. And alone in that particular room. Why we did that is that because we have to abide by the international best practices and according to our laws. If you look at the Correctional Act, chapter 2A, 21A, you find out that we have to abide by the international human rights as approved by the United Nations. And because of the United Nations Act, that's chapter 21A of the Corrections Act, and also chapter 13 of the Corrections Act, 1A I to B. 1A I to B, chapter section 13, 1A I to B, where we have to look at certain features of an inmate before we use a particular management style. Corrections management is not done on social media. It's not done on the pages of the newspaper. It is a professional job done by well-trained officers for corrections management. And everybody, notwithstanding that our laws maybe have not actually recognized the issue of someone being a transgender, then we have to protect him. His rights are sacrosanct. His rights is important for us to protect. And that is why we don't have to even go into a general cell before the next morning they bring out the dead body. Because there are a lot of people here who are convicted and are standing trials for rape and even sodomy. So we cannot allow that. If we had allowed that to happen, the same topics that are happening for VDM and Bobrisky today, we begin to cast aspersions on the Nigerian Correctional Service for not managing Bobrisky well.
Where are you? No, this Facebook.
Now, this is the time that Bob spent at the Nigerian Correctional Facility, Medium Security Custodial Center in Lagos. English was had a total of 39 visitors. 39 visitors. I have the record here. And the visit form that we have, we designed, that we use, the visit form has position for the name of the visitor,
the visit date, the visitor's address, visitor's phone number, visitor's occupation, the name of the inmate that has been received the visit, a relationship with the visitor, and the inmate's consent. Before you see an inmate will have to consent that he or she wants to see you. So after filling the form, on 13th April 2024, Idris Oguneye Oladewaju had 6 visitors. Abiola Oguneye, Kayode Oguneye, Adebola Oguneye, Abiola Oguneye, Bukola Oguneye, and Mrs. Moji Oguneye. These are the 6 that visited on the 13th. On the 14th, we had 1 visitor. The legal counsel barrister Nike Jones. All these people, their addresses and phone numbers are here. Please. Spare us of those. So, and the visitors are paid. All their biometrics are here attended. I think we have tendered it to the chairman of the body. So, on the road, we have 39 visitors that is spending here, and that was 13 to 3 visitors. Then on the 21st, I went to offense and operating of corrections, took permission from my command controller to travel to our corrections academy at the people to write my command force exam, which was to come up the next day, 22nd. So, and the military's visits, I handled it personally. So, on the 22nd, I was not available in the facility. I went to the people. When my controller put the call across and told me that he is moving to Martin on security, for security reasons. It's not up to tell me, he said someone can command controller. Then to give me that respect and call me and tell me that look at this and look at this. I said, protest, go ahead. And he was moved to maximum on the 22nd of April 2022. So the account I gave is what happened at Medium between 12th and 21st of April 2022.
2024. Just subconscious.
I understand that what category of people do you keep at the medium security, and what category of offenses do you keep at the maximum?
Thank you, sir. As the name implies, medium security, mostly the people we keep at the medium security custodial center are mostly minor offenders and first offenders as well. So it's sometimes that we have, because of overflow of the big custodial centers that manage big offenders, that they bring some of those big offenders to medium, to give space.
But there are overflow, because I want to know the reason why you should take somebody who just committed an offense of abuse of naira to maximum security. Then you keep people who committed maximum capital offenses. Because I want to know, because it's at this point that we need to address this allegation of the fact that he was kept outside the business environment. Because I want to know why he was moved from the medium to the maximum. What is the reason?
The reason is what? there was social media hype because Idris friends and some family members donated chairs, 21 plastic chairs, to the visit area environment that doesn't have, they have any community chairs. So when they come to visit sometimes, I know when they come to visit sometimes, they discover that there is lack of chairs. So they went and donated chairs and wrote the name of Idris Oguneye Oladiwasi as donor. Then the next thing, it went viral on social media, sensing that this may cause security breach. The controller took action. Who moved him? I was not present. Understand our heritage. We have a heritage. Yeah. We have a general. We have a rule money. The command controller is in charge of the whole of Lagos. You can move into any facility. Is it the state controller? Yes, it's the state controller. Good. I hope you have cameras around the premises, CCTV around the premises of the prison. Answer the question, yes or no? Yes, no. You don't Can you tender cameras from when he came into the maximum and also when he left the maximum? No, the question is a general question because they are listening. Because we want your leadership to give us a footage of the CCTV of when Bobrisky came into the maximum and when he left the maximum. Secondly, like we have the visitors room, how they visited him in the medium. We also want to have the visitors. I hope you can see how he was visited, visitors register, how he was visited when he was in the maximum. So we only respect the outside time is here. Yeah, it's coming up. So I'm done. Okay, let's try from here. Mr. Chairman, my brother, from what you have said, very, very obvious as the the question I want to ask you, you have told us here, sorry sir, you asked me a question. No, I'm not please. You told us that Bobrisky has a very special future, also that he will not be depressed, or he has breath, also, and lips as well, and lips. So did you, when you were entering the details, was this as bad as the human? Yes or no? So we don't have So what was the business telling us that it was in address? He has cash. Number 3 question. You also did say, you did mention to us that
They were breaking the food from outside. Alright? There was not anything to not ship people were inside. Yes. That food was coming from outside. We should have allowed that. Yes. What if you are causing the food as a dice to the food? Thank you very much. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Officer, please you go back to the day you accepted Mr. Mume into your custody. You showed us the picture of acceptance and saw the paperwork. Anytime you are meeting an inmate, there is the paperwork that usually accompanies. Is that correct? Yes. Please, can you show us that paperwork? Why you are looking for that, sir? Sir, is it the tradition that an inmate in custody can actually make donations while they are in custody? That was the wrong aspect. That was the reason why the controller had to intervene. My question is, hold on, please. Is it yes or no? Is it the tradition that an inmate in custody can make donations while in custody? No. So then going to my other question. Are you making this application? Okay. So do you have a discharge letter? Usually when you are moving an inmate from a medium security post to a maximum, I want to believe there is usually a discharge letter. Is that correct? You have that?
Yes, this is the file we call transfer of prisoners. If you look at
Sir, do you have it? Mr. Chairman, I have requested for 2 documents. The first one is the paperwork, the day it was submitted, and the second one is a discharge letter, the day it was moved from that major security, and you have an admittance letter when you took it to the maximum. Okay, Mr. Chairman, I'm requesting for that as well. And officer, now, don't you think the donation of those checks would have influenced the movement of Mr. Okuneye from medium to maximum?
that was what it
So don't you think that would have influenced? Because when we talk about corruption, yes, that an inmate donating to the correctional facility. Now, I asked before, you said no, it's not a tradition, but yet you received it and you accepted it. Sir, I want to tell you that, and you wrote, hold on, sir. The child even came with his name imprinted on them. Correct? You are not the one that received it. I told you that I traveled. Sir, you are representing your institution. Yes. Not yourself. Sir, are you representing yourself? You are old, sir. Be careful. I know. So if you are old, be careful what I said. Remember that I said I went for example.
He doesn't remember. He doesn't remember. Answer the question again.
It was there that I was told that this year is as because, sir, are you speaking on your personal capacity or you are speaking on behalf of the institution? I'm speaking in my personal capacity. So who is going to speak on behalf of the institution, sir? I hope you know why you are here.
Sorry, sir.
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
So, let me finish the question. Mr. Chairman, I've requested for those documents and I wish they will be submitted. I want to give it to them. This back again. I have really one question my colleague here how when someone is doing this is what is wrong. And that is him assuming he goes to the procedure. As a deputy controller general, outline deputy controllers are not deputy controller. Can you outline the procedures and steps when you are moving as of one night? Then, on the other hand, you said in your statement that after inspecting the inmates, you were completed whether so you separated him. Those were the words. So you separated him. Was it bad thing? Did you put him in a separate room, or do you have room for the Russian? And then also explain to me the process of let me tell the process of transferring an inmate. The transfer of an inmate from a facility to another facility ensures from the state control, command control. He will give his authorization in writing. And when you receive the authorization, you write your own transfer letter to the next facility where the inmate is going. There is two forms that we complete that will accompany the letter, Form 5 and Form 5A. Those two forms, you will send it to the state controller to sign it. When the state controller signs up for 5A, you come to your facility and read the Form 5 as evidence of the movement and use the Form 5A and your letter to carry the inmate to the next facility. When you get to the next facility, there is what you call body receipt. Body receipt will be issued to you by the records officer in that facility to accept that they receive this particular thing. All those documents are submitted.
So can you please provide us with a copy all the documents that you have said, and also can you provide us with your operational manual that outlines this, so that I can see that what you have said and applied now matches your operational movement.
The documents are attached to the annexes that are submitted to the house.
And the operational
manual is not there. We can submit our
it's okay.
Civil system officer. In this same option, we need to take it. And this find out that I don't know whether to do what they are asking. But we had a meeting, emergency meeting. Can you forward conditions, the minutes of that meeting, the people that attended that meeting, and how the people of it in line with the procedure of correctional action? Once the minutes of that meeting, those that participated in that meeting, and the resolution that informed that decision, that is wrong. Secondly, you mentioned that you move into V1. V1, what are the facilities in that V1? B is B or B1? B. Can I answer the question?
Yes,
The admission of inmates in facilities is done by the board, and that board is called admission board. The admission board is chaired by the officer. The members of the admission board include the record officer, the in-charge welfare, the in-charge medical, and the caterer. Most other ad hoc members may be the in-charge in-house or workshop, as the case may be. So during that period, we may not have a detailed minutes of meeting where we decided it has a disease. We have to accompany each other. I am the officer in charge of the facility, and remain the officer in charge. So I will be there. Like people say that nobody should not be at home and they go to give that while it's tied on the road. I will not be there because I want to please the public. I break the law of the land. During admission, there is what we call classification of inmates. During classification, you classify by offense, you classify by sex or gender, you classify by age, you classify by inherent health challenges, and some other factors as you consider. Now, in the case of injuries to it was peculiar. And we have to take a peculiar decision to attack a peculiar situation. And the decision we took was, this is a block of cells of small rooms. Everybody in his own room. Each of those rooms has a toilet. So he can stay here. And the second measure that I do is that I posted a staff to be stand by on that particular place. Each time, if you bring our heroes, that you see, we moved the staff who was there for the most 10 days that's not spent in it. Okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I'm still speaking with the voice. I have just one question. It is understandable that because of the sex, whether male or female, they may be confused as to where to be. But my question is this: was it at any time when it's supposed to be in your custody, outside the prison custody? Yes or no? Was it at any time outside the prison custody?
This is what you want to hear.
On the facility during admissions, yes or no, you know this story. Yes. Where sorry, sir, we are giving people with what they call comes from. So whatever is in the warrant is what do not add is what was on the warrant.
All the things you're talking about, anyway, I'll give it to German but the issue is that there is no law in Nigeria today that talks about transgender. So you are male or you are female. And the conviction, the sentence you had, you always show those details. That APC is convicted as male and then you take the precisely the so anyway, as long as you have the
Let me put the record straight. Basically, we are here mainly because of you and the EFCC. Because whatever happens to the EFCC, I'm busy. And you are busy. I tell you. And your roots, whatever the council says. And let the government know. This committee is not taking side to do justice. That is why we are here. So don't misunderstand. We will take side. We are going to do justice. I want to ask you something, sir. Are you under suspension?
Explain.
Are you under suspension? There was a press release a national meeting that I and my team record and some others have been suspended. Were you giving reasons for suspension? No reason. No reason. So we just have a second and tell you to go. They didn't have a Are you
The suspension was only official. He just also told him that there was no letter given to him to that
We are there to discuss and investigate this matter. What you think, what we think, and also the wrong in the eyes of people. So we need you to speak the truth. Finally, are you on suspension? The suspension was a press release.
We will get to the issue of suspension because we also have the president here suspending about 3 or 4 of the officers signed by the secretary of Civil Defense Correctional, Fire Immigration Board, that married to Cabinet. I think it's here. The secretary here. So, we'll get to the issue of suspension and the reason why they were suspended, and also look at the laws and the procedures and all that. So, you need to
now he's saying suspension was only
submit the documents on that and step down so that we can take the next person.
Happened and how he was convicted for mutilation of the naira. Members of the House of Reps actually trying to ask her some questions to get clarification.
She has also said originally it was 6 counts. But she has explained why they have to drop the money laundering charge. So on that note, the date is fast tracked. I want one of the move that we show.
Honorable Chairman, I'm here representing the Chairman of the EFCC and would like to present to this honorable distinguished committee. All right.
Okay, can you?
Yes, sir, I'll do that very quickly.
Okay.
let me come.
So the representative of the EFCC chairman, Mr. Ola Olukoyede, who is being represented, is about to give his testimony on the issues on ground.
No, sir.
Sorry?
Okay. So let me explain. The evidence I should give to this committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and nothing but the truth. The chairman the co-chair of
She's the lead prosecutor.
the Joint Committee
The person who
for
charged
the investigation of this disturbing allegation of corruption against the EFCC and other government agencies. I stand here today. My name is Michael, the Chief of Staff to the Executive Chairman. I stand to represent him. He sends in his sincere apologies for not being here due to the exigencies of duty achieved conduct, though he would have been here. The letter of investigation into this very deep and disturbing allegation, we would like to just make this presentation on behalf of the Secretary General very briefly. Our attention was brought to the viral video published by one artist, Vincent, aka Very Dark Man VDM, where he interviews Olaruwaju Okeneya, aka Bobrisky, and ex-convicts, alleged that the officials of the commission received the sum of 15 million naira to drop money laundering counts in charge FRN versus Okeneya Idris Olaruwaju. In the same video, the publisher, Very Dark Man, revealed that Bobrisky made this presentation to an undisclosed friend of his, whom he intended to receive a financial support from. Attached here is a copy of the charge we have marked as enclosure 1. Given the gravity of the offense, which touches on our core value as a commission, touches seriously on our core value, we do not take kindly to the integrity of the commission, one of the best all over the world, and in Africa. For our integrity to be touched. Given this value of integrity, courage, professionalism, and collaboration, the executive chairman promptly constituted a team to investigate the claim and equally issued a statement through his various social media accounts to that effect. While the investigation is still ongoing, the executive chairman received from this honorable house an invitation directing his appearance and the concerned officers of the commission before this honorable committee for an investigative hearing. Upon close scrutiny and analysis of that video that gave rise to this investigative hearing, the commission observed the following: that the published and widely circulated video contained a private conversation between the ex-convict and a yet to be identified individual, who, in an attempt to obtain monetary benefit, alleged the compromises and the compromise of the officers of the commission, the Nigerian Correctional Service, a private legal practitioner, Femi Falana SAN, and a private and a fast, the bad guy. That in an attempt to induce and convince the yet to be identified individual into parting with his money, the ex-convict alleged that the sum of 15 million naira was demanded by the officers of the commission to drop the count of money laundering counts in count 5 and 6 of the charge sheet, and that he could not transfer the said sum from his account because of the investigation, thereby inferring that the said account was frozen. That at the time he was demanding for this money and claimed his accounts were frozen or under investigation, the commission never, at no time in the course of investigation, placed the account of the ex-convict under personal debits. His account was never frozen throughout the period of investigation. Whereas the ex-convict mentioned the names of his friends who raised various sums of money and credited same to the account of his brother. The names of the officers of the commission that allegedly collected the bribe were not disclosed by the ex-convicts. Also, the mode, the place, date and time of the delivery of the alleged bribe or to an account where it was paid was not disclosed by the ex-convicts. Arising from the above observation, the commission wishes to state categorically as follows: In view of the prevalent nature of the currency, mutilation and abuse of the naira, which has been expressly criminalized by Section 21 of the CBN Act 2027, the Commission, in a bid to curb the said offences and in the discharge of the statutory duty, set up a special task force via a memo by the executive chairman to all its directorates. Now, attached here is also a copy of the said memo marked as enclosure 2. As a result of the setting up of this special task force and the vigorous sensitization, investigation and prosecution, a number of convictions were secured, which has significantly stemmed this dangerous tide of abuse of the naira. I mean, which all Nigerians are witness to it. It was in the course of carrying out its mandate that the special task force of the Commission Lagos Directorate received intelligence which revealed 4 different videos of gross abuse of the naira notes perpetrated by the ex-convicts, which warranted his investigation and prosecution. That on the 3rd of April 2024, the ex-convicts, while undergoing investigation, in his extrajudicial statement, confessed clearly inter alia, Bob Express is not registered as SCUMO, Special Control Unit Against Money Laundering. I'm not aware. Hence the inclusion of count 5 and 6. Due to his own confession that Bob Express is not registered. So the prosecutors had to now include all of this and then did a further check on that. Now, in the body of the charge, this was included when the defendant, now ex-convict, was alleged to have failed to submit to SCUMO a declaration of his activity, which is contrary to Section 6(1) of the Money Laundering Prevention and Prohibition Act 2022, and punishable under Section 19 of the same Act, in addition to the substantive offence of tampering with the naira note as contained in Count 4 for Count 1 to 4. However, on the 5th of April 2024, notwithstanding the unequivocal confession of the ex-convict admitting the essential ingredients of in Count 5 and 6 of the charge, and having indicated willingness to plead guilty to Count 1 and 4 of the charge, the prosecution, in total fidelity and candor to his oath and strict adherence to professional practice of not disclosing documents to their defense, having received the report of the investigation and activities from SCUMO, which showed that Bob Express is not designated, no financial business and profession, decided to drop counts 5 and 6 of the charge in the interest of justice and fair hearing, without any inducement or prompting of any sort from the defense, and in line with the memorandum of the special, with the mandate of the special task force against naira abuse. We have this also attached here and marked as an exception 3. That the Honourable House is invited to note that alteration, amendment, addition of charges is known to law. Very notable. Particularly Section 216 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015. It's also noteworthy to note that it is also noteworthy here to note that the alteration made by the prosecution did not contravene any provision of the external policies of the Commission, nor the standard operating procedure. That in the steps taken by the prosecution in proceeding to drop count 5 and 6, which is akin to amendment of the charges, can take place at any time before judgment is not alien. It's not alien, as the Commission has, in numerous instances, caused charges to be amended. You can see our attachment as enclosure 4. The Honourable House is urged to use this to ensure that corruption and other vices are exposed, investigated, prosecuted, and also ensure that patriotic and dedicated officers
no, look, but don't leave.
are not blackmailed.
I was actually replying a question.
Demonized and demoralized for faithfully serving and carrying out their lawful duties. That the Commission has been consistent in its advocacy, calling on all public with credible information on any alleged act of corruption involving any of the staff to come forward with evidence. This, the public is urged to do responsibly. Short of the ex-convicts
and other accusers openly naming the officers of the commission to whom they allege gave a bribe of 15 million naira in order to reduce and influence the dropping of counts 5 and 6 of the charge, bordering on money laundering. It is reasonable to infer that the ex-convict merely made up the story to convince the yet to be identified persons he was speaking with in order to obtain financial favor under the pretense by dropping the name of the commission. We wish to draw the attention of the Honourable House to the fact that the onus of proving these previous allegations against officers of the commission rests squarely on the accusers in this case, the ex-convicts and the very dark man. It is noteworthy that the commission extends an invitation to the ex-convict and the very dark man to come and assist the commission in unraveling the identities of the officers of the commission to whom the alleged bribe of the sum of 50 million naira was paid. Regrettably, up to this moment, none of them have come up with invitation. While appreciating the seriousness attached to this incident and the noble steps taken by this honorable house to reverse a truth contained in this allegation in the viral video for the sanctity of the institution and the nation of Nigeria, the commission wishes to assure this honorable house and the general public that on our part we are committed to getting to the root of this matter and appropriate action will be taken accordingly. In conclusion, the commission is appealing to the general public to desist from attaching parochial sentiments and unfounded assumptions to actions taken by patriotic and dedicated officers in the course of discharging their duties in the interest of the nation. Accept the assurances of the executive general highest finance. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, we will be presenting in copy of this presentation and all of the attachments to this
all these bloggers, they don't take over our space.
We are all listening to
That is the problem. If they are John, but the next day, if they don't want to see. No, you must come.
Baba,
Jacob.
Mr. Chairman, co-chairman, honorable colleagues, the officers of the
Yes, it is an investigative hearing.
of the EFCC and other President. I haven't heard your submission on behalf of the chairman of the EFCC.
Bob is not already the lawyer said he's not feeling fine.
Calls the point for chairman of this committee to take something before this was submission. I would have loved if this submission have come before even the prosecutor.
Thank you, Kolo.
Like you already know,
sorry,
we are all here.
Thank you for the rules.
To make sure that justice is served. Secondly, we are all here to make sure that our institutions that are trying their best to put this country in better shape,
thank you so
just like Mr. President have assured us of the New Hope agenda that we are all in, to make sure that these things go on well.
DMW.
That's why we're all seated here.
Henry May, thank you.
Thirdly,
Ben Holy.
for me,
Henry
as a
May.
member of this committee, I've already made my submission to
Benny.
chairman. Some of these
bold
allegations and whatever I've said today is set up for one person, and that is Mr. Ogunaya. I don't want to mention the other one if I mention it.
Broken vibes. Thank you so much.
I don't know. Even what is written here is he.
Thank you.
So I am going by what I think you are looking for. I will send you back to that. So he centered on him, and I want to submit this way: that this investigation will have more meaningful impact when we have him on the ground for us. Secondly, to have the alleged person who is in that room of that conversation, that they were all communicating together on the floor. With all these people, then we'll be able to really see what is really happening, so that you can look into our business and say, this Mr. A was whom this was given to, Mr. B this was given to. So I will want you to also have yourself relaxed in terms of those issue of dropping camp charges or not. It's also on that same Mr. Idris. 230 guests. We have heard from every quarter. So, Mr. Chairman, I want to submit that we adjourn to have Mr. Idris on ground, and then with the other counterpart whom they discuss with. We already have Vincent on ground. We have already all the solutions have been made, so that it will help us to get to the root of this, and then we will leave it out. Thank you so much.
Okay, if you want to say something, let us allow him to say something. Yes. Are you asking a question? Okay,
Hello. Very dark man is about to speak.
When Ola was talking, he read from his paper. So one thing I know about investigation and when it comes to cases, when there's a suspect, the suspect will be assigned an IPO. The IPO is the one that investigates the case and then makes a report. Now I want to know if what he's reading is a report that was made from the IPO or an investigation that he did on a 100%. Now what I'm saying is it is possible that the IPO was the one that actually received. Now, in order to know this, the account number that he used to collect money from, the person that reported to me, is a Kuda Bank account and his brother's account. That account number needs to be investigated. The money that came into it, the money that left it. Not just that, the money that was withdrawn, because sometimes, we dey show officer law sometimes, and we know people transfer money to them, they're not going to read. Right. So, it's possible that they withdrew money, they are POS, or they withdrew cash and they pay. So the people that should be there, sorry to I must suggest, the person who I think should be there are the direct IPOs that reported to their organs on everything. That's what I think. Thank you, sir.
come back. Yes, I think it's not there. The code of contention is that a child.
What happened to the audio?
Not audio.
He received
My audio now.
money. The child was dropped one of the state actors.
And wireless capabilities.
But the prosecutor has given reasons why the child was dropped. She gave reason why the child was brought in here in the first instance. Because she said it was based on the confession of the same Bobrisky. That was why it was brought in. And when they also saw his wife, it should be removed. It was removed, and it is not against the law profession, according to what she has said. But that is not the conclusion. It's not the conclusion of the matter. I agree with you that the accounts that received the money should be investigated. Let us know whether if you can get money today and transfer to this point. At this point, you trace it to that point, you trace it to the final point. Even if it is withdrawn cash, you will also know that it is withdrawn cash. So, Chairman EFCC, who is represented here, you should take note of that. We are taking note too. We have powers to scrutinize those accounts. And you can be sure, like I said earlier, that we are going to trace this the movement of these monies to the final destination. That is one. Secondly, there is the person who actually recorded that video, that audio. In our next sitting, should be here. We need that person who did that recording. We need to have his number, the number that was called, and the number that called the number. This time around, phone numbers are registered. We'll be sure that the number that made the call belongs to Bobrisky. We'll also be sure that the number that received the call is there. We'll also approach the network providers for us to be sure that it is not artificially generated. So, having said that, to the man in charge of our correctional facilities, if you have listened carefully to what the man who is representing the chairman said, he said that immediately they saw that viral video, they set up a team to investigate what happened and all that. So I don't know if you set up a team or if it is based on the team you set up that you arrive at the suspension of two of your colleagues, the man in charge of the video and the man in charge of the maximum. Both of them were suspended. So I also don't know if you have set up a team, you have your own internal disciplinary mechanism of how to know whether these tests are true or not. So what we are doing here, like our police are saying, is we want justice. If these people did not commit anything and you suspend them, you have not also served justice. And if you have suspended them, invariably what it is that you are confirming the allegations. You are confirming that these people actually took money and these people to this and that. So what I'm saying is that we have to look at this whole thing critically and be able to come up with the real truth in this matter. So on that note, I will invite our police to move that we are adjourned.
Thank you, Co-Chairman. Honorable colleagues, invited guests. First and foremost, I think it's important to clarify that the issue of suspension replicates. The Secretary of the Board, who is not here, who is not present here right now. I think he's the person that can come and clarify the issue of suspension. And to the best of my knowledge, in some cases, you have to suspension to allow proper investigation. It is not as if it's a confirmation that you've actually done something wrong, but for you to clear the way for proper investigation. So I think it's important to clear the legislation and start by the next decision, as you said, the Secretary of the Board of Correctional, Civil Defense, Immigration and Fire Service, who the press release was expected to on the suspension, will also be here to shed more light on the reasons why this officer was suspended as well. So I think it's important to put that on record.
Can somebody move that we will adjourn Senator? We will inform you of the next date we are going to sit.
Excuse me. Stand up now.
My name is Opera after the full deliberation of today and in mind that we still have a lot more work to do, I move that we adjourn today's hearing seminar. I so move.
Good Chairman, distinguished colleagues, motion has been moved and seconded that we adjourn this hearing, sin and I, that the parties will be communicated the next hearing date. Those who are in favor say aye. Those who are against say nay.
So the matter has been adjourned.
Excuse me.
Later date. Well, overall, the very dark man was here to give his testimony, and he made some revelations and tendered some evidence to his allegation of corruption, which involving the EFCC, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, and the Nigerian Correctional Service, and as well as the representative of the Correctional Service also gave his testimony, and then the Comptroller General of the Correctional Service was also here. Although he didn't make a statement, he however noted that they were going to tender some evidence, and at that later date he would make a statement on that. Also, an Assistant Comptroller General also gave a detailed explanation as to Bobrisky's detention, where he was, how he was moved from the minimum correctional center and taken to the maximum prison as well. And then we had the prosecutor from the EFCC in person of Ms. Buhari. She was the one in charge of Bobrisky's case. She also tendered some of the cases and how Bobrisky was convicted for mutilation of the naira. Then we had the EFCC chairman, who was represented by his chief of staff, also reacting to some of the allegations, answering questions, given that the EFCC is actually, would I say, indicted as it is right now. So, and all said and done, but Very Dark Man also made some explanation as to how to prove some of the allegation he leveled against the EFCC and Nigeria Correctional Service, and that he said can actually go through if they contact the IPO and some of the other people that are involved. So overall, the case has been adjourned. Thank you so much. The case has been adjourned to a later date. The chairman of the investigating hearing did not say the exact date, but he said it will be communicated. And as for Bobrisky, his lawyer was also present. He flew in from Lagos to Abuja for this hearing. He said Bobrisky is not feeling fine, that he is unable to come. So as it is now, we do not know if Bobrisky would be around for the hearing at that later date.
So my people, that is it. Thank you so much for watching up to this moment. My people, I know that this video is lengthy, but I just want you guys to just get idea of everything that took place today in the House of Representatives. And that was the summary of everything that happened today, my people. So the case has been adjourned, and they're going to tell us which date they choose for the next hearing, my people. I hope you guys saw and heard everything that took place today in the House of Representatives. My people, this matter go really long, honestly. I hope you truly enjoy watching. If you are watching up to this moment, thank you so much for watching. I know that this video is a little bit lengthy, but I just want to leave it like that so that you guys will get idea of everything that took place today. So my people, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, share it as well. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next update. Goodbye for now.
Welcome to